radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale. Check. 1, 2. What it do, y'all? We already in this thing. Let me see, make sure I'm centering my camera up in here on both. Yeah, I mean, there I go. Here I go. We sent it. Yeah, we got it over here to the right side, too. So we live and direct from the man cave today, y'all. That's how we doing it right here on Holla at the Homie. What's up, Amber? How you doing, my girl? What's going on? Be real in this thing. Tiffany B hopping on this thing as always. Yeah, we checking in. We trying to answer some questions about some stuff. You know how it is. We had some storms come through the area today, so we didn't get a chance to get our internet connection at the radio station. So we going live and direct, and we depending on the internet from the crib today. You dig? So we here in the man cave, sipping on a little bit of water. Make sure my engineer can hear me. Can you hear me in there in Facebook land? Make sure we can hear me over there. You let me know, Ikari. And let me know I'm all good on that side of things, and we'll keep this thing going. Lucy Lowe, what's up, babe? You popping in this thing like a wedgie? We in here, like I say, you know how I said, we in this thing like a wedgie, y'all. It's up. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, so it's time to holla at the homie. So we here, and we talking about some good subjects, and as always, I give my disclaimer. What up? I give my disclaimer. I am not, I have not, and I probably will not be trained as a clinical psychologist, psychiatrist, and or counselor. None of the above. But what I am is more like a life coach, and I can help you coach you through your life, just based off the situations I've been through in my own and others I've been close enough or vicariously lived close enough through to be able to sponge up some of their information and squeeze it right back out here to y'all in the land of Holla at the Homies. So we here. I'm seeing what we got going over here on my comment side of things. I see a private chat. Let me see over here. Boom. Pop over here. Rod Davis. Okay, you in this thing with me loud and clear. That's what I'm talking about. DJ Count. I can always count on the homie. And if y'all ain't never know what DJ Count is, anytime I see him pop in the building, I got to tell y'all what that dude is, who he is. His name Rod, but I call him DJ Count because he's the first one to help me simmer down my temper. Anybody who knew me circa mid to late 90s, early 2000s, y'all knew my fuse on my firecracker was by yay short, and all it took was a little bit of warmth. You ain't had to put no fire on that thing, a little bit of warmth, and it was gonna be on and popping. But Rod Davis, aka DJ Count, one day at work put me up on some games so loud and clear in my ear with a whisper. He said, "You fight fire better with water," and kept me from going off and losing my job. So anytime I see DJ Count in the building, I always got to say what's up and salute to you, soldier. And he's a veteran of the U.S. military, so salute to you on that too, soldier. You did it. You did that thing. Yeah, y'all see Andre 3 Stacks back there. Y'all know that's my favorite lyricist. Got a little bit of Marvin Gaye going on over here on the side. Yeah, the cave is I wish I could take y'all on a tour, but I don't want to do all that because it may have y'all trying to figure out too much going on, what's inside of the mind of 360. But yeah, so we here, and we talking about some stuff today. And we got a good subject today because I'm pretty sure some of y'all, if not all of y'all, have been through this situation or have been in a situation where you feel like, damn, I kind of like somebody and I'm with somebody. But the thing about it is, have you been in a situation to where the person you like is somebody that's friends with the person you with? So that's what we're gonna dive into today. We got a good letter, and this one comes to me and again, I love when people leave it ambiguous on what their gender or orientation is, and it's because I like to be able to say, like, this is not coming from a certain perspective. It's not coming from the perspective of a man, or it's not coming from the perspective of a woman, or anybody who identifies anywhere in between, right? So I like that ambiguity in the letter. So keep those coming. And even if you tell me what you are, who you are, that's totally fine with me too. But let's dive into the letter that they addressed to the homie, right? It says, "Dear the homie, I hope this letter finds you well, and I find myself in a rather complicated and delicate situation, and I thought you might be able to offer some advice. I've developed some feelings for my significant other's close friend," and they put close in quotation marks, "and I'm not sure how to navigate this situation. Let me start by saying that I love my current partner deeply, and I would never want to hurt them or jeopardize our relationship. However, I can't help but feel strong attraction to their friend, and it's causing me some inner turmoil. I understand that it's normal to find other people attractive, but these feelings have gone beyond the just physical attraction. I genuinely enjoy spending time with my partner's friend, and we share many common interests and a strong emotional connection. Mm, mm. I want to be honest with my partner, but I'm afraid it could damage our relationship and strain their friendship with this person. On the other hand, I also don't want to suppress my feelings for them and let them fester, potentially leading to regret down the line. Now, I'm seeking your guidance on how to deal with this situation. How can I address these feelings in a way that is fair to my partner and respect their friend? Is it possible to maintain my current relationship while managing these new emotions? Any advice you can provide would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, they make me wanna. They make me wanna. That's a good song. I put that in the hashtags this morning. What up, Dakarai? I put that in the hashtags this morning. Hashtag you make me wanna. You make me wanna leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you. That's what they do. Songs don't get written just because somebody thought of something one day, and you know what I mean? No, the best songs come out and they always got to do with real feelings, right? And people don't understand, I'm lying. People do understand. That's why we gravitate to certain music, because it resonates to certain parts of our insides, whether it be our heart, whether it be our mind, whether it be our spirit, right? They say music soothes the savage beast, right? Like, that's what they say. Like, music is what tames the savage beast, what I mean to say. So, and it soothes, the people who need comfort. So if you think about it, this song in itself is a clear relationship to what this person who wrote this letter has going on. So let's first and foremost, as always, I want to thank anybody who took out the time to send in a letter to ask my advice, because they not only seeking my advice. That's right. Yeah, you're right, Dad. Go Big Blue. You're right. I'm a Michigan Wolverine football and basketball fan. So big ups to Big Blue. So any of y'all that don't know, they are in the national championship. They try to cheat us, keep Coach Harbaugh out that thing. But Dak is another Big Blue fan of mine. And we're not tripping that we originally from Illinois, because we didn't really have nobody to root for in Illinois but the U of I. And they really wasn't hitting on nothing when we came up. Still ain't. But nevertheless, I digress. But you're right, that go Big Blue. But again, thanks for anybody who tunes in, taps in, because again, they're not just seeking my advice. People come on here and they let me know, like, hey man, I tell your people I appreciate them for their words of advice too, because y'all listen to the letters, y'all hear what's going on, and y'all have feelings yourselves. So again, I appreciate y'all's life coaching skills that join along with mine. Y'all, we super friends. We connect and we make it happen all together, right? So with that being said, again, so I want to thank the person who wrote this letter. What's up, Goonie? Happy New Year. I want to thank the person that wrote this letter because it's we got to dive into like what I consider like a complex, challenging aspect of human relationships, right? And what I mean by that is like I'm 360, right? Which means I'm a full circle type of dude, or at least that's what I feel like, and that's sometimes what people tell me. So I'm a run with it, right? And I gotta help people understand that I commend this person for their open honesty. That's first and foremost. I commend them for being honest and willing to try to find a way to address their feelings head on. Like, how do you address something like this, like a freight train? How do you come straight at this and say, damn, I really want to know how to feel about my feelings? So again, salute to They Make Me Wanna, hashtag sincerely They Make Me Wanna, for being able to try to come in here and find an answer to the question that a lot of us may have been facing sometime in our life, right? I sat back and I recalled and thought, like, have I ever been in a situation this deep to where I'm liking somebody's friend who I'm with? I've never gotten to this point, like to where it's like, but I have liked somebody who was with somebody else. That I have had. I've had feelings for somebody who was with somebody else, even before like, shooting a shot or anything like that. So it's similar feelings to what's going on in this. So it gave me a chance to interpret it in my way and from the perspective in which I was able to digest this situation at hand, right? So again, I always like to let y'all know, I never tell y'all what to do. I just basically say what can be done, right? I always say this is a possibility of what can happen. So it's not easy to confront a situation like this. Think about that. How do you face that? How do you come up and say, damn, I got to tell my woman, or damn, I got to tell my man, or damn, I got to tell my significant other that one of their partners can get it? How do you start off with that conversation? And that's what we're going to dive into today, right? The first thing that, what I mean, is to me, this is not only like a quandary that they're in, it's really like a testament to their true commitment to their actual relationship partner. You know what I mean? And you're like, 360, what you mean by that? What do you mean by like this is a true testament to their commitment to their current partner? It is, because they really want to know how to either get over, because what they saying is, I want to be honest with my partner, but I'm afraid it could cause damage to our relationship and strain on the relationship with the person that I'm talking about, right? So what they're saying is like, I care about my partner, but I want to be honest with them. So that's a true commitment. The first thing anybody asks for in a relationship is honesty and trustworthiness, right? So honesty is the first thing we asking for. Anybody, any relationship, that's business relationship, relationship partners, relationships with your children, any type of transactional relationship where somebody gives, everybody gains, or everybody loses, either way can go. There's always some form of honesty as the first request from both sides. It's a universal request. So that's why I feel like it's a true testament to their commitment to their relationship. So that if you asking me out, how can I say that? That's how I'm saying those words, right? So I'm not saying like, that they truly committed because they want to be with their friend. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. My point that I'm making is that this is a true testament to their commitment to the person that they with. Because in order for them to be with that person in this way, moving forward, they have to be able to address their feelings in the present, right? So now, with that being said, the first thing that stands out to me is the distinction that they make between like the physical attraction and the emotional connection. You know, you here for the facts, right? I appreciate it, baby. I'm here to drop them to you too, baby. So it's like that's the first thing that stood out to me, because they made a distinction between their physical attraction to this person and the emotional connection shared, right? You know, and what they say is like, I understand that it's normal to find people attractive, but these feelings have gone beyond just the physical attraction. So they letting it be known, yeah, they peep them and they look good in the mud. They looking good. So but it's going beyond that, because they genuinely enjoy. Shut up. They genuinely enjoy. They genuinely enjoy the connection that they have and the time that they spend together, right? So with that being said, that's the first thing that stands out to me, because again, it's perfectly normal for anybody to find other people attractive, even if you're in love with somebody. You can love their dirty draws, like we talked about last week, where where somebody loving somebody dirty draws. But at the same time, it's okay to do that, even when you're in a committed relationship. Attraction doesn't disappear just because you fall in love. So just because you like all goo goo gaga over one person, don't mean that your eyes stop working. Don't mean that your loins stop, working. Yeah, you can still want your person. You can still lust after your person. You can still, love the way your person looks. But that doesn't mean that your eyes stop working just because you found one for you. Your mind ain't set up like that, because if that's the case, then that when we get love sick, then we brainwashed in some capacity. Then we got to find a way out of it if the things ain't coming back the same way. What do you say? Some things we should take shit to the grave. Hey, Roy the handyman says some things you take to the grave. He said he not telling. Roy the handyman said he ain't telling her, his old lady. He said he not telling. But what about the friend though? Like, see, it's women don't want to hear the truth like that, and it's understandable. But the thing that this person is saying, I don't know if it's a male or a female, is that because what I'm getting out of this is that they have common interests and they're spending time with each other, and they have an emotional connection that the friend may be kind of feeling the person too. And that's my quandary. I wish the writer would have added a little bit more of that in there, but I think they landed me a little hint to let me know that there's shared connection there, that there's something that they both like about each other, but maybe they both trying to find a way to tell the person's significant other. Because from two different perspectives, it's different than the way a woman will receive this if her homegirl and her dude liking each other, than if a dude received this and his woman and homeboy liking each other. And y'all can sit here and tell me, y'all can sit here and tell me that I'm wrong about that, or that shouldn't be right. And no, it's not right or wrong. It's the truth. What you say, Roy? Say, and we don't want to tell the other person the truth hurts. The truth does. The truth can hurt. That's one word I think they leave out of the old paraphrase. It is a catch-22. It's a double-edged sword, because the truth can hurt if delivered improperly. And even if it's still kind of like bump you a little bit, it doesn't always have to be a stab and twist when you hear the truth. Sometimes if it's, and I'm big on this, it's not the message, it's the delivery that makes the difference. You love the fact that you get your Amazon box on the porch. You love that it's there. But if you look on your Ring cam and you see the person throwing it up there from the bottom step, now you got a problem. Because you still got your product, but the delivery was foul. You say, but how do you deliver that message? Glad you asked there, young squire. However, when the attraction because all I'm saying is when the attraction transforms into a genuine emotional connection, things become more complicated, right? So let's break down the points of how we can guide this person through delivering this message, Roy. I'm glad you asked that question. So, first things first. First, you got to reflect on the depth of the nature of the relation of their feelings, right? Like how deep are the feelings for this person? Is it worth blowing up the farm for? Like you say, how do you deliver that message? Sometimes you don't deliver it. You have to recognize and realize what the best, or is it the best thing to do? Is it meant for you to blow up the farm per se? Like, how deep are your feelings for this person? Are these feelings, are they fleeting infatuation, meaning are they going to come and go? Or do you genuinely see a future with this other person? Like, do you, in the heart of hearts, do you genuinely see a future with your partner's friend? Yeah, I got to get my, you can't call in, Roy, but it ain't the same number today. Or ask my engineer, can they call into the studio, or do I need them to call into the Holla at the Homie hotline? Let me know, engineer, and I'll let them know, because he got somebody wanting to call in. But if y'all do want to call in, I do got another number that y'all can call into the Holla at the Homie hotline too, make that happen. But so like, so this is the thing we got to think about. Like, do you genuinely see a future with this person, right? If not, then you might want to pump your brakes on delivering that message. You might want to pump your brakes on that, right? Because you got to understand your own emotions before you navigate through this situation. How do you really feel about it? How do you feel about this situation? Like, is this something you're going to change your mind about tomorrow? Yeah, yeah. You said be patient. Yeah, you gotta be patient in a situation like this, because if not, then because fools rush in. That's the truest parable I ever heard. Anybody who rushes into a situation without strategizing, you're doing it in the mind of foolishness. That's foolishness, because you want to, especially if it's a heavy situation like this that means something to somebody, and as well, especially yourself. If it's a situation like this, you absolutely have to think about what you're doing first. Where is this going to lead you? You got to ask yourself that. And is it worth it? That's the first question. I don't care what you say. Yeah, you can be infatuated. I love everything about them. Exactly. You heard of the 80-20 rule, right? Exactly. It'll blow up in your face. The 80-20 rule is give 80%, give back 20%, something along them lines. It changes depending on who's telling about it, right? But the question you got to ask yourself is, what are you giving to the relationship on your side that is not allowing you to see what your person has? Because birds of a feather usually flock together. So if the friend of your old lady or the friend of your dude is doing something that you like, then most likely your person does the same thing, just maybe not around you. Because birds of a feather usually flock together. People that do certain things, the people they hang with usually do the same stuff. You are the 5 people you hang with the most. So now, if this person you catching feelings for them, they must be hanging with them a lot. They must be in the mix with them a lot. What's up, Ransom? Everybody that jumped on this thing. Yeah, you must Georgiana, what's happening? You know what I mean? What's up, Britty with pitties? You know what I mean? You must be around this person a lot or enough to where the mannerisms of that person are similar to your person. So, but then now if you okay, now moving forward, if you feel like, okay, I gotta be with him, I must be with him. Let me see. It says it's normal that you'll find your girl's friends attractive. You have to have discipline, loyalty, and integrity with the person you're with. Keep that shit to yourself. Like Jamie Foxx said, it's just infatuation. It is. That's what I'm asking. Like, is it just an infatuation? Are you just in like with this person? Are you just in like with them? Or if you feel like you gotta say something, the first thing you gotta think about is the first thing you said, Mr. or Miss, they make me want it, is you want to be honest with your partner, right? You know, while honesty is a vital part of a relationship, I say that honesty, that's the first thing that everybody wants in their relationship, right? Is honesty, right? It's vital. But timing and approach matter more than anything in a situation like this. The timing of the situation, the approach of the situation. It is. It's all human nature. This is human nature to, again, the birds of a feather flocking together. So this person just may have just something different than your person that may make them a little more attractive to you in the moment. But you know what I say? Nobody knows where the nose goes when the doors close, right? So how is this person in a relationship? If you don't know all of that, you might not be with it. You might not want to just jump off the bridge like that. You feel me? You might not want to just say, I'm in love, I love you, I love you, I love you, and just go. Balls to the wall. You may not want them. You may not want that smoke, is what I'm saying. You may not want that particular smoke. You may want to just do your recon. What'd you say? Damn, 5. I'm Karani, 360, cool meal, point and big head. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Fab Five. The Fab Five. So that's how I call my grandkids too, the Fab Five. And then if you add my youngest grandson, I call them the Pick Six. But yeah, so like you gotta think about it. Like, so if you gotta just tell this person, your timing matters, approach matters. It might be beneficial, to do what you're doing right here. Come to somebody for some advice. Talk to people that's around y'all more. Talk to people in your circle. Get advice from a counselor. I'm big on therapy. I'm big on people getting therapy, whether it's couples therapy, whether it's personal therapy. I'm about to dive so deep into this therapy this year. It's going to be stupid. Stupid. Y'all going to think I'm one floor of the cuckoo nest, how much I'm about to be at the therapist. You know what I mean? So, what's up, Raymond Hawthorne? Salute home, boy. But yeah, so like you got to be willing to get the talk to somebody like myself, or talk to people around you or around y'all that may be able to give you an evaluation of the situation. Before you go talk to your partner, before you go talk to your significant other, you have to be willing to talk to other people. Don't just let it be me. Listen to some of the people that's on here on the stream. Listen to some of the people that's on here on the stream. I don't know if you checked in or not because you didn't give me your IG handle or your Facebook handle, but you may be on here secretly watching, so I won't point you out to see whether you're a guy or a gal. You know what I mean? It's totally fine. It's okay. And baby, put that knife away. Ain't nobody talk about nothing. But like you got to ask yourself, who can I talk to before I go break face? And then you come to the conclusion, right? You talk to the homie. The homie say, hey, shoot your shot, player. Or the homegirl say, girl, go for what you know. Now you in a whole nother situation. You in my number one talked about RAM, right? Open communication. How are you going to communicate this to your person? What you gonna say? Would you say, I needed some of this talk many years ago, fam, had to learn the hard way. And that's understandable, Raymond Hawthorne. I understand. And that's why I'm glad we got this platform now. Because we have to, this is not a first time situation for somebody to be digging somebody who they person kick it and hang out with. It's not a first time, it's not a last time it's gonna occur. You say, Ray, you too. I mean, Roy, you too. And like, again, me too, because I told you I liked somebody who was dealing with somebody else, and I shot my shot, and and I cheddar bob, shot myself in the foot. She told the homie mad at me, like, why you gonna come behind? You know what I mean? But I'm young and dumb and full of bubble gum at the time. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm glad I learned from that instance, so I can try to give guidance in this instance. Because again, like, if you're going to approach a conversation like this, it has to be very delicately. It has to be done with empathy, and it has to be done with sensitivity. meaning like empathy. Put yourself in that other person's shoes. Like if you were receiving these words coming from them, or if you were you and you receiving them from you, how would that feel? What'd you say, Amber Mack? He said, maybe it's time to reevaluate their current relationship. It sounds like these feelings have been lingering for a while for the other person. And it's a possibility. Then again, it could be a new sprung on them. You know what I mean? Sometimes like, you said, should have talked to someone outside your circle. Exactly. I should have. I should have talked to somebody outside my circle that could have evaluated us like, hey, I don't know how that'll run. You know, and it could be a new infatuation, Am. It could be. It could be the person may have just got their hair cut. And now they looking like a new snack. Or they may have just come back from a long trip. And now they look enlightened. You know, they may have gotten a new job or a new car or, you know, anything. It could be something new. And now this person's feelings are like, damn, they bubbling up because they always thought they were cool to hang around and they always share common interests, laugh at the same jokes, you know, but they never may have evaluated and thought they thought anything. That's a possibility. Then again, it may have been lingering for a while. You're right, Amber. It may have been going on for a minute. You know, it may be time to reevaluate. Exactly. It's the fresh. It's the fresh. You know, it may be fresh on their tongue, like, oh man, the fresh lineup. They be like, man, oh, we looking good. You know, or she may have got that new cut. She may have cut her locks out, and now she got a bob, or she got that new Halle Berry or something. And now you like, damn, before that little ponytail was all right, you was the homegirl with the ponytail. But now with this cut, with them waves, what is that again? I like my wife, but I like my wife, but I'm in love with this girl named Kennedy. Please help me. And she a baby. I get that. You know, she a baby. You in love with her, and your feelings are different for that little lady. She different. You know, but you got to tell her. You got to be honest with her. Tell her. You got to straight up tell her. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lady I like more than you now. Now that's gonna be a hard conversation too. You may get slept on the couch, killer. You know, but like. That's the thing. You gotta be like, you know, if this is giving inner turmoil, if on the inside of your guts is bubbling somehow, right? You gotta be able to address it. How do you address this ish? How do you go about saying like, damn, I gotta say something? And when you get to that point, you know, expressing your feelings, the first thing you gotta do is do it without blame. Don't blame anybody. Don't be like, well, the reason I'm like this is because you or because I don't blame anybody for anything. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and don't accuse, you know, the partner's friend as being the reason why you liking this person. Don't be like, well, you know, she be sashaying in front of me, or like, he always got them tank tops on, and, you know, you can't blame. Don't put the blame anywhere. You know, you say sometimes our people in the circle make us look at it a certain way. That person may see us differently and like they differently and what they see. Exactly. And that's true. Getting indifferent. That's why I'm always big on therapy, right? Getting indifferent opinions about your situation. Because a lot of times when you're talking to people outside your circle that or people that don't know you, you're a little bit more candid and honest with the things that you say. Right, you like, you know, I'm gonna lay it all out there. This person don't know me from Adam, don't know me from a can of paint, don't know me from, you know, balls in the wall, whatever you say, whatever they don't know you as. Right now, how do you go about, you know, being as honest and candid as you are with that person, with your person? Because sometimes that person may lead you to say you don't need to tell that person that. You don't need to say not a damn thing. But again, if you're going in, you can't blame anybody in the situation. You know, it's a chance. It's your chance to actually be vulnerable, right? We all look for ways, or people are always asking us, you know, I want you to be more vulnerable in this situation. I want you to be more available to me emotionally. But how do you do that? You got to be able to introduce moments of vulnerability. What did you say, Amber? It said it does need to be addressed in a timely manner before something is said by accident, maybe during a disagreement. Oh yeah, you know how that is. Everybody know how that is. When you in the heat of an argument, you about to drop all your, you know, like I don't know if anybody saw it. Like it was a girl. She was at the dentist with her dude, right? She must have just had some gas and some surgery, and she talking about his homeboy. I got the ugly friend. How I end up with the ugly friend? Like, so either when you high or you in an argument, that's when all the truths come out. Like, you be like, you the ugly friend. I should have got with your homegirl, or I should have got with your homeboy. Because she was like, the way he be in them basketball shorts and he just be slanging. You know what I mean? Like, it tells you everything. Like the dude sitting over there, jaw dropped. Like you say, you don't want to say this in the heat of the moment or under the influence of anything, because that truth sauce be hitting people in the face. That truth sauce, exactly. Or somebody get drunk and shit happens. You're right. That's what I'm saying. That truth sauce, have it spilling out. And have you spilling more than your guts the next morning. It have you spilling your guts that night. Alcohol and anger bring the truth out. It does. Like, anytime you sip on some scissor herb or sip on whatever your chosen liquor is, eggnog and an attitude is going to have the whole family secret told at Christmas. Eggnog and an attitude is a recipe for the tea. That's a tea recipe. That's how you get all the tea. You get somebody that's got a bad attitude and you spike that eggnog at the family gathering, and you going to find out everything. Everything you need to know. So you have to have timing in this situation. You have to make sure you handle it delicately. You have to be sensitive. You have to be empathetic. So let's rewind. For the people that's just joining us, we talking about how do you go about managing or navigating through a situation when you like somebody that's friends with the person you with. Example, if your wife got some badass homegirls and you digging one of them and you actually ready to say something to her. What? How do you manage that? Or do you manage that? So what we said first is, I said, you got to have some sense of self-reflection. Dig deep inside. We just say, real talk, drunk person speaks a sober mind. They do. Every time. Everybody know that drunk person going to speak all they sober truth. Man, I'm about to tell you about all your fine ass homegirls as soon as I get off the air. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Your friends I don't even look at your friends like that. They ain't even cute to me. No. But some of your friends is fine though. No, I'm just playing. I'm just bullshit. Let me stop before I get myself in trouble. But like, you have to have self-reflection, right? Dig deep inside of yourself and ask, is this worth it? How do you go about putting this from your stomach, from your mind, and having it come out of your mouth? Is it worth it? Is it worth? That's the first thing you got to say. Is it worth saying anything about? Is this just a fleeting infatuation? Is this going to be gone in a couple of days? Or do you have genuine feelings for the person? Are you really digging them and you want to shoot your shot? Like, if that's your truth, I'm not here to tell you don't shoot it. But I'm not here to tell you to shoot it either. I'm just here to tell you, like, these are the options you got. And if after you do that self-reflection, you got to be honest with yourself. Make sure that you got to say, like, my timing got to be on about this. And I need to talk to somebody outside of my circle before I dive into this. Let me get a therapist, or let me be around people that's, work people and they friends. And I throw this question out there. Sometimes your work friends will tell you the truth about yourself, because they may remember you a little bit. Yeah, I remember that guy who used to work with you back in the day and he had the problems with his girlfriend. But, it don't really matter. They 6 degrees. They 3 degrees removed from who you really are. So, everybody within 6. So if they 3, they halfway away out your life, away from strangers. So, sometimes you can drop the questions on them. But then after that, after all that, you still say, I got to tell my person that I'm digging their friend. Now you got to go into this open communication thing, right? How you going to handle it? Empathetically, with sensitivity. You have to. Because if you just go in there expressing your feelings and you playing the blame game and saying, well, if you would have done more of this, or the reason I do this, I'm feeling this way about them is because they do this, then you're going to have bad voodoo all the way around, man. It's not going to work out for you. To be honest, Big Will, it's never worth it in the long run. You're right, Roy. And I'm not going to lie about it. I'm firm. I'm more on the side like, let that ish ride. Let it ride. Like, you ain't got to. I was born in the morning, not this morning. I ain't no fool. Because Now, don't get me wrong. Again, this gives you a chance to be vulnerable. I'm saying this to say, again, I'm always angels and devil's advocate, right? So this gives you a chance to be vulnerable with your person. What up, D High Tal? It gives you a chance to kind of say, like, okay, I'm giving you the intimate side of me, the vulnerable side of me. He said, let God handle it. You're right, Roy. You know, but then after that, in the short term, you got to set some boundaries. You know, if you're going to tell your person about this person and how you feeling about them, whether you decide to pursue them or not, now you got boundaries to set on how much time you're going to be around this person. You know, it's crucial to avoid any situations that may complicate the matters any further. You know, don't be pumping them up. Don't be, you know, saying happy birthday to them on Facebook and on Instagram. You can't be liking their pictures now. You know, these are all things you got to think about before. What's up, Mar Nicole? Before you jump out there and say, hey, babe, your homegirl is fine, but I still want to be with you. I just want to tell you that she's fine. And if you're not going to even pursue the other person, why even say anything? That's my one. I'm going to tell you what not to do. If you decided beforehand when you broke it down and was honest with yourself about how you feel about the person, if you just like them and you know it's not going to go any further, then why would you even say anything to your person at all? Hush the fuck up. Have a big class of hush the fuck up. Take it in shots. Hush the fuck up. Hush the fuck up. Hush the fuck up. Hush. Don't say a word. You know what I mean? You don't have to say a word. Where's that going to do for your life? My wife is big on saying that. What does that do for your life to say that? To say that. Exactly. What would that do for your life if you're not going to pursue the feelings? If you're not going to shoot your shot and try to see what up, though, then why even say anything to your person? You know? That can help you, like, you know, spending less time with that person after you've decided on whether you're going to shoot your shot or not may help you get rid of these feelings. So don't be around them as much. You have to set these boundaries if your intent, like you say, is to be with your person and move forward with your person and manage these feelings down the line. You know, if you don't want to feel regret and not shoot your shot, then you got to evaluate, you know, is it worth messing up your happy home? Like Roy said, Roy the handyman said, you fucking up a happy home. And then Ray Hawthorne said, take it to the grave. Take that one to sleep with you. But again, you don't want to let it fester to the point where it comes out in the heat of the moment. So you got to make a cognizant decision to say, I'm going to swallow this. That pill is gone. That microchip is gone. This message will self-destruct at the end of this. You know? You never. Yeah, exactly. You got to have self-control to say, look, I'm never going to say a word about this. I'm not even to the person I'm feeling. Because you got to think, if you shoot your shot or you even tell them, like, look, I'm not trying to get with you, but there was a point where I was digging you and feeling you, and, you know, it was between like me telling you and not telling you this then, or me telling you this and telling her this then. You know, you don't even say any of that. If you're not going to ever shoot your shot, don't even mention the fact that you once wanted to. For what? ¿Por qué, hermano? ¿Por qué, hermanita? What is your reasoning for that? Why would you say a word about it? Because now you're opening up a can of worms and you're not even fishing. But are you? Now you fishing for trouble with that can of worms that you open. You know? But after you set those boundaries, again, you got to get some sort of counseling. If you decide to say something to your person, now y'all got to go to couples counseling. If you decide to hold these feelings in, even though they may be building more without you saying you can suppress them, you might need to go to some sort of counseling to figure out how to manifest these things that you want to happen, or how to figure out how to suppress these feelings that you know should never happen. That's what you got to deal with. Counseling makes a big difference. You know, it can be incredibly beneficial because a professional can guide you through these things, right? Again, like I said, I'm not a trained professional, but I am a life coach of sorts. Exactly. You fishing with live bait at that point, Ray Hawthorne. You're right. You fishing with live bait at that point. Now she got all kind of stuff to say, or he got all kind of stuff to say or to think. Or maybe you just with the wrong person. Simple. And it may just be that, Amber Matt. It may just be you with the wrong person. Your person ain't personing. That may be the truth of the matter. But again, you know, and we trying to normalize for us to think believe in counseling, Roy the handyman. I'm trying to get us, you know, yeah, exactly. That's who I'm talking to, the hood folks. You know, I'm trying to get us to normalize being okay with counseling, because that way you ain't got to worry about your business. People are like, I ain't telling nobody my business, but you hold it in is giving you indigestion. You know, if you ever shaken up a soda pop, you know what I mean, and just watch it, just the bottle swell up on your ass. You get a 20 ounce, you shake it, you shake that soda pop up, and the bottle swell up. All that pressure. That's what you're doing by holding your feelings in and not going to seek some sort of counsel. He said, Raymond said, that's exactly what it is. You with the wrong person, if that's the question. And true, it may be that you may, you know, this person may be with the wrong person. But again, they have to be honest with themselves. They have to do some self-reflection. They have to be honest with their other person. They have to openly communicate with that person. And they got to set boundaries on how to manage how they feel about this person. You know, it is. It's like indigestion. Pressure busts pipes. It does. All that pressure inside of you. What's up, Yahari? All that pressure inside of you, it builds up and it creates indigestion inside of you. And that's not a good thing to hold that in. So you got to seek some sort of counsel, somebody to open that top for you, to let you let it all out. Now, whether you wanted to spill out because you shaking up and now you just going in the heat of the moment, or whether you wanted to just open up and them take sips of you at a moment's notice as they sit with you. You say you smell disaster brewing, and that's a possibility. Disaster may be brewing. But then there's also a way that they can get back on this. Like, again, the first thing I said is they got to reflect inside and see, is it worth it? Is this what I really want to say? Do I really want to tell my person that I'm digging somebody else? What up, Shabby baby? Cuz-sister? You know, is this something that I want to say to somebody? Do I, you know, again, when I said that, when I talked about open communication, I talked about having empathy, putting myself in that person's shoes, or putting yourself in that person's shoes, or them putting themselves in my shoes if they want to deliver this message to me. How would they feel, or how would I feel, or how would you feel if this message was delivered to you? You know? And would you be willing to be able to set those boundaries? You know what I mean? What you say, Roy says, and we as black men sometimes can't handle the pressure, and we do something totally stupid and out of character. Yes! Due to feeling of embarrassment or feeling of that pride on the inside, right? That, you know, any of that machismo. That machismo will get you lockismoed up. Anybody that's in jail will tell you that they 5 minutes gave them 5 years. You know, a 5-minute decision, a 5-second decision gave them 15 years. You know, but if you sit back and you think and you evaluate and you chess move, it ain't all about checkers being crowned the king and jumping over everything. Sometimes you got to strategize. Go left if they coming at you on the right. Strategize. It's not running. It's preparation. It's recon. Exactly. Once it's in the universe, ain't no coming back from that. You're right, Raymond J. So if before you say it, think about it, evaluate it, you know, talk to somebody about it, get counsel on it in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? You know, before you be, as my man Roy the handyman say, on some dumb shit, you know, because you got to think about it. This is about decision making. Ultimately, this is about decision making. You know, the person who wrote this letter needs to make a choice. Either stay in their current relationship and work on it, or explore the potential of the relationship of something with the friend. You know, if they truly believe it's genuinely worth trying to fulfill, it's your Libra to put the weight on either side. They make me wanna. That's what you signed the letter as. They make me wanna. You know, is this worth? Is, you know, my brother C say, is the fox worth the chase? Is it worth it? Keith Monique said, or be single. I hear you, Keita Boo. Or be single. That's another thing. Exactly what you say, Amber Mack. And are they willing to endure any consequences that come with that decision? That's the thing. Are you willing to deal with what you put into the universe? Oh yeah, just hit me on Messenger. Hit me on Messenger, Roy. After the show, though, hit me on Messenger, and I'll chop it up with you. Yep, hit me on Messenger. That's what I'm saying. You got to realize: are you willing to deal with the fallout? Once you push that domino, when they finally fall, are you willing to deal with the image that they leave once they all hit the ground? You know how I feel about karma. Karma's a boomerang. You know, you get back what you throw out. In a lot of ways, in the ways that you don't have no idea or even know about. That's in one of my bars. Karma's a bitch, and she bite hard. So you got to think about this. Making somebody feel that way, is it worth it? Is it worth it? It's ultimately about your decision making. It's a tough decision, but it's essential to consider the long-term happiness and compatibility with either side, right? If you've been with your person for a significant amount of time and y'all have been through the ups and downs, the in-betweens, the flat lines, the level lines and everything, y'all have been through all of that. You've tested this. You've done the experiments with this. If you've been with your person in those situations, how does that weigh up and evaluate worth? Are you willing to risk going through this with this new person, those same and or different situations? Because most likely it's not going to be the same ones that you've already endured. It's going to be something new that's going to come at you, because this is a new person. This is a new scenario, a new situation. And you always got to think about how you get with somebody. If you get with somebody on some humbug-ish, like some shady-ish, most likely the relationship is going to continue to be shady. You can't step in a pile of shit and expect to leave, the scent of roses walking through the crib. Oh yeah, you can holler at the homie too, Am. Anytime. I tell y'all, hit me. I'm here. I'm down. You know what I mean? Like, this is real situations. And again, I appreciate everybody that tunes in and taps in with the homie every week. Whether I'm here at the man cave, whether I'm in the studio at High 7025. Over off the Las Vegas Strip, wherever I'm at. Y'all tune in with me, and I appreciate you. What's going on, Twin J? Long time no see, home girl. But like, these are the things, like, you got to remember when you evaluate any situation in life. That's what I always tell y'all. Like, always use open communication. Be willing to listen to absorb instead of listening to respond or reply, right? Take in what somebody's saying to you. That's body language. That's actual oral language. Like, take it all in, how people treat you. Take all that in. Listen and absorb it. And that way you have a better response to it when it's time for you to give that. To give your reply with your body language. To give your reply with your physical language. To give your reply with your oral language. Because you've paid attention to what it is that they're wanting out of this exchange. And that's most important to me. Remember that there's never any one size fits all solution to any situation, especially the one like this. That's why I covered, that's why I went through so many different areas of ways of trying to understand how to approach it from any mentality that you may be undergoing right now, right? Where are you at in your mind? It's different ways to handle it based off where you are mentally. There's never, every relationship is unique. Every situation is different based off time, based off people that are involved. Everyone is different, and the best approach may vary. It really all depends on the individual circumstances. What's up, Tab? It really depends on the individual circumstances. Really, it does. Like, the most crucial thing is to always act with, what's the first thing I said? Honesty. You got to be honest. You got to act with respect. You have to act with empathy. You have to act with an open understanding with everybody involved. And it starts with you, the person who's contemplating this decision. Because the first thing I pointed out to you is you have to self-reflect. Dig inside of you. Like, one of the things I put on my vision board for this year is this is a year of self-improvement. Improvement inside of me, right? So you have to evaluate inside of you first, whether it's worth it or not. And like my constituents over here said it, they told me that don't do it. They don't do it. But as always, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and tapping in with the homie. You can always holler at me at hollaatthehomie@gmail.com. That's HOLLAATTHAHOMIE@gmail.com. And next week, be ready to tune in because I got another situation dealing with some more relationship stuff. So until next time, what's going on, CJ? Your birthday coming up, girl. But until next time, I've been the homie 360 the Poet, and I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute.